Previously on New Crits on the Block.
As you put your hand out and cast this just giant cone of cold, as it starts to leave your hands and just fully encase this lava creature, you see that it starts to freeze over it. And as it does, instantly turning it into obsidian, as this cone of cold overtakes the entire lava creature and the fists that are going up above you, as it slowly starts to encase that as well, raising all the way up to the top as the lava that is encasing all of you starts to dissipate and fall off to the ground. You see that now that lava creature is now fully encased in obsidian, arcing out of this mountain. The lava creature is frozen over, turned to obsidian. Boral, you have your hand out as you're clutching the burns on your body, as you're like kneeled over with only 2 HP left.
Just to be clear, one hand is covering my nethers. I don't really care about the burns on my body.
Yeah, you got 2 rock.
Your wizard wand, obviously.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah, girls have wizard sleeves and boys have wizard wands.
Honey, it's just my wand, okay?
Okay.
Because it's on my person, it is a wizard wand, but I wouldn't call
It is
that.
by default a wizard. Yeah, you get it. Okay.
That's why wizards always have morning wood.
Oh.
Mm.
With that, after Boral's turn, do I do my legendary action now? I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it for this round, for this turn. Catan, it is now your turn. You are wrestling with Philippa. She is currently shanking you in your side. What would you like to do?
Okay.
And I believe Frostheart is still in her shoulder, if I'm not mistaken.
No, she threw it out at my feet.
Oh,
who
at the
knows?
feet,
She probably
yeah.
rolled over it multiple times. All right, so you said she just stabbed me with a fire dagger in the side?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to try to stab her back with something. You said that that Boral just turned this thing into like obsidian?
Yes.
Any chance any of that obsidian fell near me? Maybe a big shard of it?
Let me
blade
roll. Let me roll.
Yeah, like a shank-shaped
a percentile.
shard
Give
of
me-
obsidian.
Any bit in stabby shape.
What's a good percentage that I need to make?
100.
60? 100%? Oh, I have to roll 100? Yeah, that's.
No.
We'll say.
Just anything
Over
above
30.
50% or something?
Yeah, 50-50?
50,
60-40.
I rolled a 52.
Okay.
So barely
Um,
over. So succeeded.
All right, great. So as soon as she tries to hit me, because I think didn't she try to stab me twice or something? And
Yeah.
the first time it skipped off, and then the second time it punctured right through.
Well, yeah, you got all. She has to find that chink in your armor,
Yeah, and I see the glass shard next to me as Boral freezes the lava monster, and I grab that glass shard and I proceed to just because I have one hand choking her out, and I just bury that thing like right under her rib.
Okay. Give me a roll of 2d10 plus whatever your attack modifier is.
But you want me to roll an attack first, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would
So
help.
I attempt to bury it into her. First attack, 14 plus. What do you want to call the attack on this thing? I mean, it's like a dagger. I would say I'm proficient with a dagger.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so 24.
You hit.
Okay, for the first one, and 24 for the second one. Okay. So I just start repeatedly just burying this thing in her rib. And then damage wise, Jake, you said, what was the damage for this thing? Are we treating it like a dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to roll D4s for him. So for my radiant damage, that is 50. I'm not going to say this thing is a +1 weapon or anything. So we'll just say it's another 8. So 56, 8, 4. So 64 damage. Assuming that piercing versus radiant doesn't make a difference. 64 damage with two shanks. She shanked me. I'm going to shank her back.
Yeah, as you're choking her out and she shanks you in your side, you like paw around next to you as you grasp onto this piece of obsidian as you take it and just drive it into her rib cage, ripping it back out and driving it in again as you can hear her screaming out in pain as you do that. She is going to take her legendary action and try to turn around on you. So give me an athletics check.
Well, Jake, I rolled a 1.
Well,
And a
she got
2.
a 22.
So I think she got me there.
Yeah. As you shank her twice in her side, she grabs your arm and just slowly starts to pull it back as she puts her hand on the ground and turns around as she pins you down on both your shoulders as she takes the full mount position.
Oh.
And she pulls up her fist as you can see this ball of condensing fire
Not tank.
start to slowly flow down in this like small cylinder that starts to flow into like the back of her elbow as you see her arm start to ignite in flame as she pulls it back higher and higher. And then we go to Leaf. Leaf, it is your turn.
Yes.
You see what I just described. Boral clutching his wounds. The lava creature finally defeated, and Awen's last dog died.
Oh, that's very sad. I can shed a tear for that.
All that's
Okay.
up behind are his little foot pads he had.
Oh,
One of them just falls over.
Oh, it's
Honestly,
little booties.
so much worse.
No.
Makes me so sad. Just soot all over him. Oh. Pup. Okay.
What would you like to do?
Leaf is going to fly over on Milo and she is going to outstretch her hand and shoot a sunburst into Philippa's face.
Okay.
She
Does
is needing-
Sunburst do AoE?
It does.
Okay.
She needs to make a con save, and Ben will pass his because I will cast again Careful Spell.
Now, if you
Nice.
want to save that careful spell, I will remind you that I have crazy high con saves. However, you might blind me, and I
I
get
don't wanna
advantage on
blind
saving
you.
throws. And I get advantage on saving throws. So Christy, if you want to save, because I don't think you only got 2 of those, right?
This will be my last one, yes, if I use this. But I don't want
This
you to
is
be
the
blinded.
thing I would most likely pass.
I just want to say I really do appreciate that Leaf put a thing onto Catan that could help him beat her spells that she was going to cast on him anyway. Not that I'm not going to cast spells on you anymore. No,
Yeah.
I'm still going to do that.
I
But
have
at
my
least
own meta
I
magic
have a
built
better-
in.
Yeah, but at least you have a better chance not to.
Yeah, that's true. So there you go. So
And
you'll be
here's
fine.
the thing. If I roll it and fail, then that's extra fucking funny.
It's really funny if I blind you both. Anyway, I'm doing it. So yeah, Philippa needs to make her con save, and so does Ben.
All
That was
right.
a 19
Mm-hmm.
for
A what?
Philippa. A 19 for Philippa.
A 19.
You
Okay.
beat it. Well, meet it.
Okay.
She
One of
beat
those
it.
was a 2. The
Ooh.
other one was a 11 plus 14. So 25.
Nice.
Okay.
You have a plus 14.
So they both save, so they will take half of this damage and not be blinded, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Sunbeam. Okay.
So 49
Blinded.
points of damage, radiant.
49.
then
So
Half.
Half of that for each
So
of them.
24.
Yes. Man, I really wanted a blinder. And I say that as I fly by. Just going to help you whittle her down.
You're whittling me down equally.
Sorry.
Yeah, didn't you just say you were like doing like all right, but not that great?
Given how much damage I've taken, how much HP do you think I have?
Like 75.
And remind me, is
You're close.
my tree thing a bonus action to take shape, or is that an action?
That is
do
a
we-
bonus action. Yeah.
Okay. I will take my mech form as well and land near Catan.
Okay. So you cast this moonbeam out of your hand as it
Sunburst.
hits sunburst.
Yes.
Moonbeam, different spell. Sunburst on Philippa and Catan as they both like shield their eyes instinctively, but take like you see like part of their skin like start to burn a little bit. And as you cast that spell, Milo like dips down towards them as you jump off and turn into this viney mecha as you hit the ground as the vines start to submerge into the ground, kind of grounding you in the surface. And then the lava creature is no more. Awen, it is your turn, my friend.
Now it's an obsidian creature and it has twice the AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here because this giant thing was blocking my view from everybody. So as I float there, I just go, I've done it. And pew, fly up away. And now the only person is Philippa?
Yeah.
So I take 4 shots at Philippa then. Is she restrained?
No, because she's grappling
Oh, okay.
Catan at this point.
Okay. So I take 4 shots because I use my swift quiver to be able to manufacture 2 other shots.
Your whiffed quiver?
My whiffed quiver. Okay. Oh boy. So yeah, we did pretty good here. 24, 31, 29, 30 are all my totals.
I think we already established that 24 hits.
Yeah, you should be good.
I'm just saying what they all are.
Actually, she gained armor.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
She's wearing my clothes. That
yeah.
gave her a little bit more.
She has the robe of many things now.
72 damage, Jake.
Look at
Matt, did you include your Colossus Slayer?
I did indeed.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, 72.
Look at that deeps. Yeah, as you fly up above the obsidian construct at this point, and you see Philippa on top of Catan, you just rain down 4 shots into her back as you see her like lean down. Catan, she is bleeding all over you at this point. The arrows puncturing all the way through and then dissipating just after impact.
Suck it. As I'm like, pew, 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 just screaming at her.
It is Philippa's turn. As this ball of lava gets fully consumed into her arm, she cocks back and punches you straight in the face. That is a 29 and a 23.
Shit.
You're rolling good today.
So when you say a 29 and 23, you're saying she attacked twice.
She attacked twice. Yes.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything about the 29. So what's the damage for the first hit?
It is 41 points of damage. Fire.
Wow. 41, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I cast shield to block the second one.
After she cocks back, she just rains down a punch and just smashes into your helmet, knocking your helmet off, and just like laying down into your face, breaking your nose and singeing your face. She pulls back up again to go punch you as you meekly put your hand up as this radiant shield projects in front of you, stopping her fist mere inches from your face as you can feel the heat from her punch kind of start burning your face. We then go to Boral. Boral, it is your turn. what would you like to do?
How's Philippa looking?
Not good. She is like blood is pouring out of her chest where Awen rained down his arrows on top of Catan. Her face, she's like bleeding from her nose. One of her ears is bleeding, her right ear. She's not looking too great. And you can kind of see that she's just putting every ounce of her like being into these like punches that she's raining down onto Catan.
Yeah, I think that second hit, despite the fact that my shield blocked it, I think the ground underneath me cracked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, now you
So
don't.
is it-
Now you're helmetless, so now your AC went down at least by 6.
Fuck you.
What?
I'm gonna try to do a thing here.
Okay.
Please do a thing. Anything.
I am going to cast a 9th level spell called Imprisonment. So it's kind of a long-winded spell here. You create a magical restraint to hold the creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a whiz saving throw or be bound by the spell. If it succeeds, it is immune to this spell. If you cast it again while affected by this spell, the creature doesn't need to breathe, eat, or drink, and doesn't age. Divination spells can't locate or perceive the target. When you cast a spell, you choose one of the following forms of imprisonment. I'll just go over them. One is burial, one is chaining, hedged prison, minimus containment, slumber, and then ending the spell. I want to choose chaining.
Okay. And what is that? I'm assuming that's just chains.
Heavy chains, firmly rooted in the ground, hold the target in place. The target is restrained until the spell ends, and it can't move or be moved by any means until then. The special component for this version of the spell is a fine chain of precious metal, which of course I have because I just do.
He's completely naked except for his bling.
Yeah.
Just says whiz life.
Okay. And she has to make a whiz saving throw.
Yep.
What am I trying to? Let's see.
Trying to beat a 19.
Whiz saving throw. She does not have much wisdom. She rolled an 18.
Oh, chain snap.
As these chains rip out of the earth and wrap around her arms as she tries to punch Catan again and pull her back to where she's like on her knees, arms pulled to her side. You can see her trying to pull the chains and punch Catan still, but can't even get an inch of slack. And every time she tries to cock back a little bit more, the chain gets tighter and tighter. Catan, it is your turn.
So she all of a sudden just these chains wrapped around her and just threw her to the ground off of me.
Well, threw her like upright to where
Okay.
she's still like on top of you, but not like grappling you anymore. You quickly look to your left and right and see the Frostheart blade sitting off to your left.
Catan weakly gets to his feet, which uses half his movement speed. And he just so you know, heads up, I have 20 HP. So he's real beat up.
What's your max? Like almost 200?
222 plus the temp HP I got at the start of the fight. So you have done like 250 damage to me or something.
Good. Finally.
Yeah. It didn't have to be like this. You could stop. And he looks at her. But I know you won't. And he still had that obsidian dagger, now slick with her blood. He drops it on the ground. And he walks over weakly and picks up the Frostheart blade. In all my years, I didn't know. Didn't know why Sonore had done this to me, why she had given me the will to go on when he tightens his grip on it. He kind of shakes it a little bit as it shimmers. When everything seemed impassable, and I should have just given up. At times, I assume she must have hated me. And he looks towards her. And sometimes I think maybe she still does. I am sorry, Philippa. And he looks over at the landscape of the world, like actively being consumed by, blizzard and fire and earthquakes and destruction. But you leave me no choice.
You drive the Frostheart blade into Philippa's chest. As you stab her, you get it halfway in and then plunge it all the way to the hilt into her chest. As you do, you feel her body start to go limp and you grasp the back of her head as you feel her body slowly starting to give way. As you pull the blade out, you gently lay her head on the ground. You see her lips ever so slightly moving, and you can tell she's trying to say something, but you can't quite make out what. And as you place her head on the ground, the only word you can make out is goodbye. You pull the Frostheart blade all the way out. As you slowly start to stand back up, you see across the land the fire starting to dissipate, the ice starting to melt and turn to water, the skies clearing. All the monstrosities and elementals that were fighting countless battles across the mountainside dissipate or turn to ash. And as you stand there over Philippa's body, you see the ice from her left starting to pull out and form this orb inches above her body. And the same with the fireside as it pulls the magic, the essence out. And both orbs are floating beside Philippa. You feel an urge to claim this essence, to let it in, but you're not overcome by that. You look back to your party, Boral, who's limping towards you, Awen, who's floating down, and a leaf slowly coming out of her vine mech as they all approach, surrounding Philippa's corpse.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break.
As you know, we rely on all of you amazing listeners to help this podcast grow. And there's a couple things you can do for us to really make a big difference. First, subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whichever podcatcher you use, we're obviously there. So go hit the subscribe button, download our episodes, hit that 5-star review, and leave a little synopsis about why you like our podcast so other people might stumble upon it and think that they would like it too. Also, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. We always post content there, pieces from our shows, funny little clips, behind the scenes footage, little personal things in our lives. The best thing you can do to help us grow there, share those pieces of content to your own stories and your feeds. Tag people in every post that you think they would enjoy. We're only growing through word of mouth. So doing those small things really does help us continue to make these amazing stories. And this one that's coming to an end soon, but I don't want to get too deep into that. I'm just trying to make this one as smooth as possible, just getting through it, because I don't want to think about what this actually means. Okay. One of the ways we like to give back to our community is we have a Discord. Yes, it is a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. Come in there, talk to the fans, talk to the cast members, talk about the show, share some artwork that you have. But if you just want to come in and chill, that's cool too. It is a safe, inclusive space for everyone that we have cultivated over the years. We love the family that we have in there. So if you haven't joined us yet, what the heck are you waiting for? You might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you with all these things, but how do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/New Crits on the Block. We'll get you to all the places that I just mentioned. And some places I didn't have time to mention. linktr.ee/New Crits on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this episode so far. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. We love you all. Bye bye.
Catan cast Revivify on Philippa.
I shoot her 4 more times.
I
choke her with my whip.
double tap.
Gotta make sure they're dead, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Alter Self so I can put on some semblance of clothing.
Must be respectful at this moment.
Yes, right. After we just murdered our friends.
One friend. Grax.
Your friend.
Still holding to that, huh? Even with her dead on the ground?
Well, she had it coming, you know.
I'm going to walk up to Katana. Katan, I guess, where are you? What are you doing right now?
I would be kneeled down beside her. I think he is looking at her, but he's on, you know, he's kneeled on his knees and he's holding the Frost Heart blade in his hand, like one hand on hilt, one hand on blade. And he's staring at it and he just kind of grips it tightly and he studies her face. How does she look in death?
Oddly happy.
So I'm going to walk up and just go to the side of him and or like kind of behind him and, you know, give him a big hug and put a hand on his shoulder.
Now, just to be clear, are you still officially naked and you're just...
No, he casts Alter Self.
Okay, that's not just an illusion. I don't feel like wizard pang on the back of my...
Yeah, he doesn't feel the wizard wand touching his shoulder.
But it wouldn't
No
look
wizard
like
wand.
it. It would be like a rope.
No, because it's all burned off anyway.
God damn it. I'm going to say, I can explain later if you want, but she wanted you to know that she's sorry. And then I'm going to hug him tight and then one couple taps on the shoulder, and then get up and walk off and kind of tend to my wounds a bit.
Catan looks up towards his party and says, she wanted this. Not just, what she did to the landscape and the people. Maybe she just had been looking for a way to die. And he looks up at everyone and he says, did we do the right thing?
I think we did the only thing. Whether that be right or wrong, this had to be done.
Yeah, we gave her peace.
I didn't ask if it had to be done. I understand it was the only path. I asked if we did the right thing.
Well, if it's the only path, then there really is no right or wrong. It just is.
Or it's just wrong.
I think time will tell. And I think I feel that time will tell us that we did the right thing. It feels terrible right now. I hate what we had to do to get here. But I think we did the right thing.
And what of these? And he looks at the orbs.
I'm going to walk up to the fire orb. Or stumble up to it. Still at 2 HP here.
Yeah, you might have to become a Titan to survive the adventure.
And I'm going to say, egg.
God, that was so fun.
Jake, I guess I know you kind of said these are, I would assume this is the essence of Fuma or some
Yeah.
thing like that, right?
That is the feeling you are getting from these. They are the essence of that element and all that it encompasses.
Does anything happen when I touch it? Like I can just hold it?
You reach out, and as you do, the urge to take that power gets stronger and stronger. As you get like as close to you're grasping it as you can without being fully overcome. You're only a few inches from it, but you feel like if you were to fully grasp this thing, that you would be overcome with the urge to absorb it. And
all right, I think that would give me enough pause to not touch it then.
as you pull your hand back, you feel this sensation of like rejection in a sense, that if you fully reject this power, that it will dissipate.
So I'm on a time.
Mhm.
I'm on a timer here. In a way.
In a way.
Oh yeah, just what we needed. More time constraints.
So is this the part where you guys like become the other Titans or something? Is that what you were talking about before?
We said we weren't going to do that.
Well, you said they weren't going to do that.
Yes, we.
Yes.
The royal we.
I don't know what they're planning on doing. But I think this is like the time. This is the crossroads, I think, right?
Catan uses a divine sense on them.
You sense neither good nor evil.
That's a good start.
They're simply an existence.
I want to try to intuit or understand what would happen. What happens when I touch it? If I even.
If you,
I feel like I would understand that essence enough that, what would happen to me as soon as I touch it.
you know that the powers within this essence, the powers of Fuma, would overtake you. What happens after that? You wouldn't. You know you would become a Titan. What that really means, that's the unknown. Whether you keep your form, whether you turn into something different.
I know we talked about this, and there's not a lot of time. But if we don't go now, then it's gone, and the world descends into chaos again.
I know, but can't it just be somebody else, not you two? I don't want to lose anyone else. I can't lose anyone else.
You're not going to lose us.
You don't know what's going to happen. You can't know.
You're right. I don't. What I do know is that some part of me will still be retained, and that our time together, all of us, will make me the fire god, whether it's me or not, will make that person who they are. I would like to think I would be the same person. And I will always be there for you, watching over you, checking on you. And Awen. And all of our friends that made it. And looking after the friends that didn't.
Do you promise that you'll look after him? My brother?
I promise. That is the first stop I'll make. I will look after your brother.
Leaf is going to kind of hang her head, tears coming down her cheeks. And she's going to pull the two little flowers out of her hair, and she's going to give one to Boral and one to Catan.
Oh, thank God I got a rose. I thought I was being eliminated.
Please don't forget us. Please don't forget yourselves. And then she's going to step back.
And I'm going to turn and look at Awen.
Oh, are you expecting something from me too? Okay.
Where's your gift to the gods?
Yes, for your eternal sacrifice. Yes, I have thought this out. And
Whoa! Hold on.
hold on. No, hold on.
He's got good berries. I know he does.
And I'm going to take the medallion I got from the giant people from the leader, if you remember.
The chieftain.
The chieftain, yes. I'm going to hold on. And he's going to turn around and put it on one of the stones and grab one of the shards of obsidian that fell and smash into it, breaking it in two. And he's going to give one piece to Boral and one piece to Catan. I've thought about doing this for a very long time, and I think this is the perfect moment to do so. I also don't want to be forgotten about, but also let this be a reminder that apparently you're going to be, in some ways, the leader of the creation of the rest of the world. I quite don't understand a lot of it, but if the cycle is going to continue and we're trying to break the cycle, maybe perhaps this will give you something to give you strength and to try to help you remember that leading is not easy. And sometimes doing the right thing is extremely difficult, as we are seeing now. And this might be some sort of a beacon or guiding light to lead you towards the best decision you can make. Well, again, crafting the rest of the eternity. I again, oh man, I'm so glad that it is not me who has to do this. I cannot imagine. But sorry, what I mean to say is thank you for your sacrifice, and hopefully this very heartfelt, long thought out gift will lead you down the correct path.
Catan reaches out and touches Awen's shoulder. I love you too, Awen.
Yes.
Somehow. So Catan has foresight cast on himself.
Yes.
And according to the text of the spell, it says bestow a limited ability to see into the immediate future. So when Catan thinks to himself, I am going to reach over and grab that orb with Boral, both of us at the same time. We are doing this. What does he see?
You see you both gaining power. The essence of fire and ice overcoming you. And then it gets a little blurry. Time gets diluted. It seems like everything is slower. Everyone's moving at a snail's pace. Why are you making that face?
Snail's paste.
Oh, did I say paste?
Yeah, I can edit it though.
Snail's paste.
Nope.
I did
Say
paste.
it again.
Don't pace.
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 No E.
Snail's pace.
Pace.
How fast it's
Oh
going.
yeah, I'm adding
Keeping
E.
pace.
You're adding
a T.
I'm adding
Make a
paste.
T.
Oh, what?
Pace.
This is what happens when you eat paste as a child.
Oh, what?
Jacob. Snails don't have paste. That's
Paste.
They have slime.
Oh, PACE. Yeah.
Have you thought it was
Right.
snail's paste your whole life,
No,
Jake?
not my whole life.
I think he has.
You have. Oh my God.
No,
Jacob.
I never thought it.
You
No, I always knew it was
dummy.
snail's pace, but I just don't say pace.
Why did it take you?
Liar, you liar.
You struggled to say it just now because you wanted to say paste
because
again.
I'm bad with words, just in general. So pace
You thought it was snail's paste this whole time. And
sounds
just
like
admit it, and that's
pace
okay.
to me.
And this is wonderful. I love moments
I
like
love
this
that.
when you find out a thing you've thought your whole life is wrong. You're like, oh, fuck.
I knew it was a snail's pace
Then how come you're struggling to say it even
because
now?
I
Okay,
can't
sure.
talk English. I cannot speak.
I can't talk English.
So that is what Catan sees when he thinks with absolute conviction that he's going to do this. And now he thinks with absolute conviction that he is not, and that they are going to let this power dissipate.
Ben is finding out how to metagame like in the realm of the game
Here's the
itself.
thing, though.
This is another level of
Here's the thing.
metagaming.
I am actually going to be a rule lawyer here because the spell
Oh.
itself says that you are into the immediate future. This is not the
Right.
immediate future. This is further on. And really all the spell is saying, it's adding colorful language to what the spell does, which is giving you advantage or disadvantage on things. It's
I'm
not
just reading
actually
the
letting you
spell.
see
It just
the
says
future.
you can see into the immediate future.
Which is the mechanic then explained, which is that you get disadvantage or advantage on things. It does not
You are
give you
inferring that
actual
is
future sight that has
Now-
anything to do with the story being told.
The most important thing here is what is immediate. That's really the crux
That
of
too.
what we need
Exactly.
to
all
figure
right.
out.
Hold on, I'm going to Google immediate.
I also could just dispel the spell, and then you don't get to see nothing.
That's such a dick move for someone who's going to sacrifice their existence for the rest of the entire existence.
You actually can't dispel it because it's not concentration.
I can do whatever I want. It's my spell. Yeah,
Show me that in the rules.
It's just explaining what the mechanic does. It's not giving you actual sight into the future. That's why you have the advantage, is because you can see the hit coming, not the other way around.
He's like, hold on, I got to go to a gambling hall real quick.
Yeah.
He's just like, what if I hit on 21? This happens. What if I, and then I think about staying on 21. Okay,
Yeah.
I hit.
Ridiculous, Ben.
The definition of foresight says the ability to predict
No, not foresight.
or
Immediate.
the action
Immediate.
of predicting
Immediate.
what will happen or be needed in the future.
What's
It's
immediate?
Immediate's what we want. That's the operative word.
All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
Anyways, you also think about not grabbing them, and Jake, what happens? The world's moving at a snail's pace. We know.
Yes. Now it's going on a cheetah's paste.
Oh, ooh.
We got him again.
Oh, there he goes. He's gone again. Oh, he's
Not
doing his
again.
little-
Not again.
Well, guys,
Trying to
he's
fight us
pasting
again.
around. He's pasting around. He's pasting around. Oh,
Just
shut the
pasting
camera
back
off.
and forth.
Oh, you shut the camera off.
Into the podcast.
You
I already got.
pasting around sounds real gross.
So as you think about not taking this power, everything seems the same as what it is now.
And he reaches out and puts his hand on his friend's, kind of creating almost like a circle. Boral, I don't think we have to do this. I think that if we wish to, we could leave things as it is. I mean, yes, there's destruction everywhere, but wouldn't it be best to deal with that now than recreate it to later? We could stay and fix everything.
Catan, I can't make you do this. I just know. I just know it's the right decision. I don't know what you just saw. I'm going to tell you what I saw. And it was from Fuma himself telling us that if we don't do this, if we aren't there, if somebody isn't there to keep the balance or maintain the balance of good and evil, then the world descends into chaos. And will be some version of what we just experienced in these last 5 years. It'll happen again. And if I was to choose any two people to maintain that balance, it would be myself and it'd be you. And if I was to choose two people to stay here on this plane of existence and keep the peace in the world, I would choose Leaf and I would choose Awen.
Yes, definitely leaving those two emotional bricks are the
Well,
Well, maybe
course
that's
of
what the
action.
world needs.
we
The world
and we
needs
already
that.
we already gave you our gifts, so
Yeah, I just
you can't
yeah.
like
No gives these
Can't, like,
backsies.
Not do it now, because that would be. He broke it,
Right. I did break it.
which I
you
thought
you
was
know how
maybe
much
not a-
Awen loved that thing. I mean, and Awen's not a sentimental guy,
No,
but that
no.
thing meant a lot to him.
It did.
Boral, I just worry that this is the wrong choice.
I know. And maybe that's why we're perfect for it. If you weren't worried about that, I'm worried about that. If you weren't worried about that, then you'd be delusional. I'm going to touch. I'm going to grab a.
Not me.
And you would have sucked up inside the orb.
Throw him and throw him at the orb. Like,
I'm going to take the orb and shove it right up Awen's ass.
I'd be,
That was the solution.
It's the acorn all over again, baby.
Well, I'd be the most
The
vengeful
wrong
fucking
person's
Titan.
doing the wrong thing.
I would wreak havoc on this world if you did that shit to me.
Those are the most ultimate anal beads I've ever heard of in my entire life.
No.
Anyway, I'm going to.
Icy hot.
I'm
Ultimate
going to touch
power.
Gatan on his shoulder, and I'm going to look, give a knowing, smiling glance at the group, and I'm going to walk up to the orb, and I'm going to touch it.
Okay.
You did it.
Where was I? I forgot all the pace talk.